Out of the car. Now. The cop's voice was sharp, cold. No room for questions. The old man didn't argue. He just slowly reached for the handle of his dented, dusty truck. People across the street stopped what they were doing. Some filmed, others judged. He looked like no one important, but as the officer stepped closer, the old man said a single word. And just like that, the rookie froze. The captain paled. Within 30 seconds, the street was silent, except for the sound of a salute. If you believe quiet men can still shake the world, comment "Stand Tall" below. The old man's name was Walter Dean Briggs, 75, quiet, kind. That day, he was delivering handmade bookshelves to the new community library branch, a tradition he'd kept every year since he retired. His truck was old, brown, loud. The kind of vehicle people side-eye in a clean suburban neighborhood. He had pulled over near a cul-de-sac, checking the house number on his delivery note. Someone called the cops. Suspicious vehicle. Elderly male, possibly confused. 2 officers arrived, one young, eager, the other older, his training officer. The rookie approached quickly, already agitated. "Roll your window down," Walter did. Calm, compliant. "What are you doing here?" "Delivering shelves." "Step out of the truck." Walter blinked, slowly. "Is something wrong?" "Now." Walter nodded, reached for the door, then paused, looked the young officer in the eye, and said one word. "Ironhawk." The rookie's eyes narrowed. "What?" The senior officer froze in place, his posture straightened. His hand moved toward his radio, but stopped. "Did you just say Ironhawk?" Walter nodded again, his voice level. "Unit call sign, Nitin Citifier, Commander Briggs." The rookie looked to his training officer for clarity. Captain David Reeves stepped forward. "Sir, may I see your ID?" Walter reached into his glove box. With practiced care, he removed a weathered, laminated card. A faded seal. U.S. Special Operations Command. Retired Tier 1 operative. Rank. Lieutenant Colonel. The rookie's hands dropped to his sides. "Sir, I didn't know." "No, son," Walter said quietly. "You didn't ask." The senior officer gave a crisp, immediate salute. "I studied your file at the academy." "Then you know," Walter replied. "Why I drove quietly? Until I was forced to speak." Dispatch confirmed identity. Command ordered full de-escalation. The second responding car never even got out. Officer Jenkins, the rookie, stammered an apology. Walter said nothing, just stepped back into his truck. But before he closed the door, he looked back one more time. "Next time, assume dignity, not danger." Time slowed. The neighborhood buzzed with confusion, phones still recording, neighbors whispering. A woman crossed the street, concern on her face. "Is everything okay? Should we be worried?" Captain Reeves turned to her, respectful but firm. "No, ma'am. Just a misunderstanding. Colonel Briggs is delivering shelves to the library." "Colonel?" she repeated. Eyebrows raised. Reeves nodded but offered nothing more. Walter restarted his truck. The engine's rumble echoed down the block. Officer Jenkins stepped forward, still visibly shaken. "Sir," he said through the open window, "I apologize for the misunderstanding. If you'll allow me, I'd be honored to escort you to the library." Walter studied him for a long moment. "Not necessary, son. I've found my way through worse places than a suburban cul-de-sac." Captain Reeves stepped in. "Colonel, if I may. Your operations in Cambodia saved my father's unit. He served with the 7th Marines." Walter's expression remained still, but his eyes softened. "Many good men in that unit. He told me stories about Ironhawk, about how your team extracted them when command had written them off." The crowd grew, drawn by the shift in tone, the unexpected reverence. Walter's hands tightened slightly on the wheel. his only visible sign of discomfort. "Just doing the job," he murmured. Jenkins looked between them, piecing together the gravity of the moment. "Captain," he began. Reeves nodded toward him. "Do you know what Iron Hawk was?" "No, sir." "One of the most elite classified special operations units in history. Men who went where others couldn't. Did what others wouldn't. Never talked, never told." "I wouldn't have known." "That's the point," Reeves said. "The truly great ones never need to tell you who they are." Walter pulled the truck into gear. "Those shelves won't deliver themselves." Reeves stepped back, saluted again. "Thank you for your service, Colonel." Walter didn't return the salute, just nodded once. He rolled the window down as he began to pull away, looked at Jenkins one last time. "Next time, assume dignity, not danger." The words landed harder than a reprimand. Jenkins straightened. "Yes, sir." News of the encounter spread fast. That night, local stations ran the footage. Colonel identified after routine stop shocks officers. Military circles recognized the name. Veterans posted tributes online. One comment read, "He saved my uncle in Laos." We were told he never made it out, but he did. The rookie Jenkins wrote a letter, not for PR, but because it mattered. "I didn't raise my voice," he wrote, "but Colonel Briggs taught me more in 20 seconds than the Academy did in 20 weeks. The department started a new training initiative, not because they had to, because they needed to. They called it the Iron Hawk Standard, respect first, every time. Walter never sought recognition, but when asked to speak to cadets, he agreed. With conditions, no speeches, no talk of war. Instead, he brought a truck full of lumber and taught them how to build. "Start by fixing what's broken," he said. "That's how you lead." Walter's shelves were now more than furniture. They were symbols. Parents brought children to the library to touch the smooth, handmade edges. Quiet reverence replaced curiosity. One child traced his finger along the grain and whispered, "He built this?" Yes, he built that, and more. Jenkins, now a full officer, started community outreach classes, woodworking for at-risk youth. He invited Walter. Walter declined the spotlight, but came quietly. No cameras, no press, only the work. He showed them how to measure twice, cut once, how to honor wood, effort, and each other. "Respect," he said, "is a craft, and it's built the same way." Walter's garage still hummed with the gentle rhythm of craftsmanship. Sawdust floated like incense in the sunlight. In the corner, a half-finished cradle sat next to a wrapped package, a bookshelf waiting to be delivered. Then came a knock. Captain Reeves, off-duty and in civilian clothes, stood at the door. In his hands, a folded flag. No ceremony, no camera crew, just a personal gesture. "We never said thank you properly," he offered. Walter accepted it without a word, eyes lingering on the stars and stripes. "You don't have to say it," he said. "You live it." On Memorial Day, Walter was seen placing handmade markers on the graves of forgotten veterans. No press followed, but a local boy snapped a photo from afar. It went viral. The caption read, "One man, one mission, remember everyone." In town, the department installed a bench outside the library, a carved wooden seat shaped like an eagle's wings. A plaque beneath read, "In honor of those who served quietly, and those who listened louder." Kids now sit on that bench and read, and in the Academy's new Iron Hawk Hall, cadets still build bookshelves during their training. Because strength isn't just in power, it's in patience. Because true leadership doesn't begin with a command, it begins with character. Subscribe to Ironheart Stories if you believe one name can still echo louder than sirens.